Well, how's it going? Now, today, what I'm going to do is we are going to look at MyFitnessPal. I'm just going to plug in my speaker. We're just going to look at MyFitnessPal, and I show you a couple of things that you can do to improve your MyFitnessPal and how it is set up, etc. Now, obviously, the first thing you got to do is you got to set up a MyFitnessPal account, and then there's just a couple of things that I want you to go through. Especially on the online version, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so go to the online version, myfitnesspal.com, log in, etc. And there's a couple of things that I want you to do that make it easy. So you can come down here to goals. So you're on my home and you're going to click on goals. Once you have clicked on goals, it makes it a whole lot easier to edit your nutritional goals and data. So whatever it is, if you're gonna, when you get set your calories and macros, I set them up in my fitness or in TrueCoach, in the TrueCoach app, and then you gotta fit them in yourself. So probably be able to pull up some TrueCoach here. I go to my nutrition, and then on your nutrition, it will load up. Hopefully you can see this part. And they're just here on the left. So again, you'll have your total calories here. You'll have your carbs, you'll have your fats, and you'll have your protein, and you'll have your fiber. Okay, so all you got to do is you go back to MyFitnessPal. Just let me try and get this bit of a heading out the way. MyFitnessPal. Come back in, you put in your calories. Then just say if it was 2,000, whatever I said it was there, 2,800. With your calories and macros, with MyFitnessPal, it only allows you to edit this by percentages, so you're not going to get it completely accurate, but it's still close enough, which is perfectly fine. So whichever it is, you just, again, percentage 30%, my carbs 210, fats 109, it's at 35%. My protein may be a little bit high, so I'll go to 30%, and then there's 5% left. I can either add that to carbs, or I can add it to the carbs, or I can add it to fats. I'll just make carbs 35%. So roughly you have like a balanced meal plan of, you know, protein, carbs, and fats, and we go off the percentages. The grams will never be the same due to the fact that fats are 9 calories per gram, whereas carbs and protein are 4 calories per gram. But they are, in overall calorie percentage, they are roughly balanced. Okay, but again, this can alter and it can change from person to person. Now, goals is the only thing I want you to look at. So you set your goals, you'll obviously press save changes as well. And we've updated your meal plan, beautiful. Then what I want you to do is, if you come over to your settings, okay, so you can come over to settings. Sorry, no, actually we're coming over here to settings. You can do subscription settings. Don't worry about that. The free version is fine. Diary settings. So I want you to come in here to diary settings. You click on diary settings. And you want to make sure that your diary, okay, first of all, what I want you to do here is when you look at the drop-down boxes, it gives you a couple of different options. I want you to set them up this way: protein, carbs, fat, fiber, and sugar. Okay, set them up in this order, so that these are like 3 macronutrients. Fiber is also important for digestion and for helping us feel full. So we always prioritize protein and prioritize fiber, and then we can mix up the carbs and the fats, which we want certain amounts. Sugar, we want to limit our sugar intake to usually about half our body weight. So if you are, like for me, 88 kg, I roughly put it at about 40 grams, 40 to 50 grams. So sugars are everywhere. You can't cut them out. You're not meant to have zero sugar. The brain needs sugar, but it is also a form of carbohydrate. Don't worry about default add view, recent. Yeah, don't worry about that. But then you can come down here to meal names. So usually MyFitnessPal only gives you the option of 4, but when you come on to the online version, you can reorder this. You can call them whatever you want. You can even say, instead of calling it breakfast, you can call it meal 1. You know what I mean? So whichever way you want to do that is up to yourself. I just put it breakfast, snack 1,
lunch, snack 2, dinner, snack 3, okay, and so forth. Diary settings, I put it on for me, so I can see it, because obviously you add me as a friend, you can just put it on friends only, and then you go to save your changes. So they are good little tips to have around improving your experience with MyFitnessPal and allowing me to see how you're actually going when you do start to track your food. And I can see that your fiber intake is up and everything else. Again, with the fiber intake, like I said, it's not really something people focus on, but fiber, when you digest food, it goes into the gut. I like to think of your gut as like the garden. Okay, usually when we have any gut issues, it comes out in our skin, in our hair, whatever else. It's like, you know, you're getting acne, you're getting blushes, whatever the case may be. So having high fiber diet does help. Okay, again, fiber is a carbohydrate, but it's not, it doesn't get digested, so it doesn't. All right, now with these, your macronutrients, you can also back here, don't worry about the fitness side of things, and don't worry about connecting your Garmin's and everything else to MyFitnessPal. We've already calculated what it is we need for our calories, so you don't need to worry about when you go for a walk and your MyFitnessPal says, oh, you have burnt 1,000 calories. No, just leave it off. We've already calculated our total daily energy expenditure, and we're going to keep it at that, so you don't need anything else coming in giving you ideas. Okay, so it's all worked out already. If you want to and you come to your macronutrients, if you want to edit these as well, you can. And again, saturated fats, I set mine. We want some saturated fats. Transit fats are the really bad fats that come in like chip pans and everything else. But saturated fats, you want some saturated fats, but I just set mine at 10 grams, we 10 to 20 grams. And then your polyunsaturated and monounsaturated. These are your unsaturated fats. These are your healthy fats that we want to get more of. I just set them at 30 grams and 30 grams. But again, it will be the overall fat content that we will look at. So it is good to get a blend of both of them. But again, it's going in deep when you're trying to figure that out. So, but we're just focusing on eating our healthy fats, salmon, nuts, avocados, everything else like that. And again, you will get your overall fat from that. Again, fat helps with hormone markers. It helps with cells in the body. It really goes deep down. We do need fat in the body, and you do need a certain amount of it. And it helps with hormones, production of hormones, testosterone for men, estrogen, progesterone, luteinizing hormone, excuse me, in females. Don't worry, cholesterol, I just leave it at the 300 mark. Again, we try to limit that, but just have it at 300 is fine. Sodium intake, this is like the daily recommended one, so I leave it at that. Potassium is fine. Fiber, I usually set my fiber quite high. It is recommended that you have 14 grams per 1,000 grams of, 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories. So if you have a 2,000 calorie intake, you should be having about 28 grams of fiber. I like to keep mine quite high. I eat about 3,000 calories. So that should be 3,000. Recommended would be 14 by 3, which would be 42, but I just keep it at 50. So I try to aim high there. Sugar, I usually aim, again, we're always going to be, there's sugars and lots of foods. We try to limit them. But again, I just have mine set at 50. You might have it somewhere between 30 to 50. And then the vitamins is perfectly fine. It just stays where it is. And then you go to save changes. Okay, so save changes. Let me just see if this has changed here. And then you just go to save changes, and that is all set up, because once it's set up in your phone, it's set up in your app also. Okay, so they're just little ways around improving your experience with MyFitnessPal. You can probably do it on your phone as well, but they're just, for me, using those will help you with your experience. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much, and I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.